Hello everybody, you're on Better Body Expert TV. It's Andre Farnell, and I wanted to talk to you today about a question that I got. And the question was, is there a spiritual connection to getting fit? Well, my answer to that question would have to be yes, because I think that there's an inside voice or inner voice that in today's society we've been conditioned not to listen to as much. And that's really like the deeper, smarter, wiser part of us. And we are like a three-part being, in my opinion. You know, mind, body, and soul. And the human body has an intelligence within it, you know? So think of like the intelligence, like when you have a gut feeling or you feel something in your heart. When we say those things, at least in the Western society, we don't spend, we don't give it that much credit, but it's really intelligence. And through a lot of different studies and even in a lot of different religions, that they say that there's voices and intelligence. There's actually chakras in our body, and one is in the head, one is in the heart, the other one's in the seat of our stomach. And these voices, that deeper voice within you, sometimes, it clashes with what you might be thinking in your mind. So your brain might be telling you one thing, but your heart tells you another thing. I believe that internal wisdom, that sort of spirituality on the inside of us that we ignore, is really tapped into by moving your body. A story I could always relate back to was with fitness. The first time I really heard myself speak was when I was about 12 years old. At this time, that was a time when I was growing up in, I would say, not the greatest, area in Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. And it was back when like cocaine had just hit the scene, and it was a very like look over your shoulder type, like make sure nobody's following you, you might get robbed type of environment. And I remember like being in that sort of environment, you have like a lot of fear. And like for me, my response to that fear was, you know what, I got to get bigger, I got to get stronger. And so it motivated me to save up my allowance for an entire year. And then I went down to Modell's. At the time it was in downtown Brooklyn. I don't even know if it's still there, but I bought a 120-pound weight set, right? And now this weight set was bigger than me. It weighed more than I did at the time. And I carried it on the bus from downtown Brooklyn all the way to Bed-Stuy. I lived on Monroe Street. And it took everything I had to carry this thing. It was heavy as hell, man. Like, I had to carry it up the stairs. But anyway, I got it home, and it was really like the first time I felt like I had done something. I was sweating. Nobody helped me. They had all these little weights falling out the bottom of the box that it came in. It was crazy. So that was really the first time I heard like my inner part of me say, invest in, doing something, and for me it was fitness. Like when I actually set it up and I started bench pressing, the little bit I could bench press at the time, and I started curling, I felt like a sense of accomplishment, and it was my inside telling me that was the way to go. And I think that a lot of times we get signals from inside of us that we ignore. And the things that we do as children that we love to do, we get away from them. And those are the things that we really need to tap into. Those are the things where you're going to find your greatest joy. Just so happened that fitness was mine. But I feel like people have things all the time. Some people are creative souls. They create things. And some people have, different things like numbers. They're just great with numbers. I suck at numbers. Everybody has a different strength, but fitness is a part of you because it deals with the body, and then it has the connection of the mind. And when you're using two things at the same time, it really gives you a lot of who you are. And that's huge. And to be able, sometimes working out and getting to the verge I like referring to the verge, because the verge is where you want to quit, but something inside of you has to say, don't quit, keep pushing, keep going. Physical activity is sometimes the only place that people get to that place. And when you get to that place where you're at the verge, I'm saying where sweat is out, where you don't know if you could continue, where every muscle is shaking in your body, the real you comes out. And that's what I love about fitness too. The real you cannot stay hidden as that intensity starts climbing. So I actually love being at the verge, and I love overcoming it, and I love growing. I grow on all three levels when I conquer the verge, and that's why I like intense workouts. That's just me on a personal level. But working out your body can be super, super spiritual. It can be super, super cerebral. You know, some people take it into form every single centimeter and inch that they move. But as an answer, to me, it is a very spiritual, very spiritual, you know, thing going on when you're working out, and especially when you push yourself to another level, where you push yourself past what you thought was possible. And that's a metaphor for life, and it's also a metaphor for growth on every level. So it's been Andre Farnell. Those are my thoughts on fitness and spirituality. You'll see I am a very cerebral person and a very spiritual. I'm in touch with my spirit as well. So I think that moving the body and everything is a conduit. It's an access to clarity. It's an access to total body connection. So it's been Andre Farnell. Subscribe to the channel. I'm giving all types of tips. Everything that I've learned over 17 years with working on thousands of bodies, thousands of personalities, thousands of thinking. And, you know, just who I am. The psychology of it all matters too. Check out the website, betterbodyexpert.com. Peace.